Hey, my name is Emily Hogrud. I am a healthcare administration major. I'm currently struggling with what I want to be when I grow up. um, I, I chose health services administration because it had a lot of directions I could take it, and now there are too many options. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna start in one place, and if I hate it, I'm gonna try a different one. I got it. It'll be fine. It's just comical. That's the problem I'm having after. That's why I chose the major. So for my strengths and weaknesses, the big 5 personality profile, I actually came out very close in most of them. Surgency, agreeableness, conscientiousness were all within one. So 28 and 27. Adjustment was lower, it was 23, and openness to experience was higher, that was 31. So there wasn't a whole lot of difference between those. The biggest thing is adjustment is something I'm working on. That's kind of like self-esteem stuff. So it's stuff that's a work in progress, but like it like self-concept and self-awareness is a struggle for me, but it's something I'm working on, so it's a weakness that I already know about. I definitely tend more towards theory Y than theory X, and I think the ethical behavior, I guess I wasn't really surprised, but I behaved pretty ethically. As far as motivation goes, my motivation profile, I actually talked to my mom about this not that long ago, because we're talking about the different motivations, and I said none of those fall. I don't fall under any of those. None of those are me. And I actually saw in one of the graphics in the book was that openness falls under all of them, kind of. So it's not really any of them. I'm explaining it terribly. You know. But I've never really kind of identified as needing to achieve, or need for power, or need for affiliation. That's not really it just never really clicks that way. I guess I can look at it from that perspective, but it's just not my default, I guess. And again, with the other 3 being so close, I guess it would make sense that none of them really stand out either. I guess it makes sense, kind of. And then my behavior leadership style was high people leadership and moderate task leadership, moderately high, yeah. Which is also something I kind of want to work on, because I feel like task could go up a little more. People is great, and that doesn't surprise me that was definitely higher. That tends to be how I think. I'm gonna think about the people versus the tasks. Networking and influence, political behavior showed developing good working relationships as my highest. Yeah, and that also doesn't surprise me. That's kind of where that's my default, I guess. But it also showed being a loyal, honest team player, which that totally makes sense to me. I guess I had never thought about if I would be good at networking before, but that's something I need to work on. I did not score well on my being good at networking, but I know now, so it makes it easier. Mentoring, I've had some really amazing mentors, and I guess I kind of like to soak things up from people around me anyway. But I had one mentor that I worked with for a few years, and she was amazing. She was also kind of ridiculous. We clicked in a really amusing way. It was probably a good thing that it was just the 2 of us working together most of the time, because we would have driven people crazy. But I didn't really realize it at the time, but she actually really helped me with a lot of interpersonal skills. And I kind of credit her with being able to talk to people, being able to talk to anybody. I can talk to anybody kind of at their level, regardless of their level. I can call a doctor about whatever at work, and it's fine. I can call a patient who is kind of uneducated and actually talk to them in a way they understand, which is super important. And I guess I didn't realize that was something that she actually was teaching me how to do at the time, but she definitely did. She also told me that my water heater should definitely last longer than that, and I need to flush it if that's the problem. And I can drink milk for a week after the expiration date. It's fine. If it's really that bad, I'll notice. If it's bad enough to make me sick, I'll notice. She taught me lots of life lessons. She's an amazing human. Like I said, also a very amusing human. But yeah, definitely a great mentor to me. As far as inspiration goes, I found that I'm both charismatic and transformational. And I kind of really grasp onto inspirational motivation and intellectual stimulation are something I kind of gravitate towards anyway. Those are definitely that. Yeah, it wasn't surprised that just clicked immediately. As far as diversity goes, I think that there are entirely too many people who do not get opportunities because of their situation, and that sucks. And I think we need to do more to try to help people get the same opportunities as everyone else. Why? I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. But I just think that there are so many people out there that would be so good at so many different things, but because life doesn't set them up to succeed, they don't have those opportunities to get in these situations, which sucks. I got a lot from this class. It might not be noticeable, but I really learned a lot about myself. I really learned a lot about things I need to work on, and I just really appreciate that. Sorry, sometimes the bubbliness just comes out. But I really enjoyed this. I really got... But yeah, I just really learned a lot about myself and a lot about the things I need to work on and a lot about the things that I already have kind of going for me, which is really cool. So thank you.